What's going on, everybody? Shiraz Ahmed here, and today we're actually going to continue on a series that I started a little while back where I've been breaking down some prominent celebrities' financial history. We're going to compare them as investors but also as business people. For example, who made the most amount of money on or off the court or field? Who sold more shoes or who got a more lucrative endorsement contract? A little while back I actually did a video on Evander Holyfield and how unfortunately he ended up going broke. So let's take a look at the story of Michael Jordan, the first billionaire athlete. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everyone. So Michael Jordan is a household name, and he's just one of those people that transcends the sport. Even if you've never watched a basketball game, you probably still know who Michael Jordan is. Maybe you watched the original Space Jam, or maybe you're a sneakerhead who ends up collecting his shoes, or maybe you're a baseball fan who caught his attempted transition into the sport in the early 90s. Despite being one of the best known basketball players of all time, he actually didn't make that much money from playing. Of his total earnings, only about $90 million was made from playing basketball over his career. His first contract with the NBA back in 1984 paid about $2.8 million over 4 years. Now with inflation, that'd be worth about $7 million today. For comparison, the NBA's top draft pick in 2019 was Zion Williamson. His contract, also 4 years, paid him $44 million. This eventually picked up later in Jordan's career, of course. Before retiring in 1998, he was making about $33.1 million a year in salary. In the next year, the NBA instituted a cap on player salaries, and it would take 16 more years for another player to hit that $30 million mark, and that player being the late Kobe Bryant. Now, $90 million is nothing to sneeze at, but it's estimated that he's taken in approximately 1.7 to 1.8 billion, now that's billion with a B, in earnings from endorsement deals. He's worked with companies like McDonald's, Hanes, Wheaties, and Coca-Cola, but he's probably most famous for his endorsement deals with Nike, which is now morphed into his own standalone business, which in May of 2019 reported $3.1 billion in wholesale revenue from the previous fiscal year. This is up 10% from the previous year, and it seems like COVID-19 has done nothing to slow the growth of the giant clothing company, which has made over $1 billion in one quarter in late 2019. It's no doubt that these kind of athlete endorsement deals are big businesses. They've actually helped Nike's shoe capture an estimated 96% of the basketball lifestyle category, and 86% of the basketball performance shoe segment. These are big numbers for a market with several other strong competitors like Adidas, Reebok, and Puma. Now they are currently on the 35th iteration of the Air Jordan shoe, not counting reissues and special edition, so they're showing no signs of stopping. So that accounts for most of his fortune. In addition to the huge salary and royalties though, there were a couple investments that Michael Jordan made that really paid off for him. We'll talk about just a couple of the biggest ones he's been into, as there have been so many different ones over the years. One of his best investments came from the world of sports. They say that invest in what you know, so who's better positioned to own an NBA team than the all-time arguably best player or the GOAT? In 2010, Jordan bought a 97% stake in the Charlotte Hornets for $180 million, and apparently funded the deal mainly with debt. It's a pretty risky move, but it turned out extremely well for him. He sold a 20% stake in the team to a hedge fund in September of 2020 for around $300 million, which values the team at about $1.5 billion. His other biggest play through a sports data company called Sports Mark Cuban was actually another big investor in the project. The two participated in a round that was probably funded back in 2015 that had the company valued at about $44 million. But when the company IPO'd in 2021, with Michael Jordan himself ringing the opening bell, it was valued at about $8 billion. In that same year, Sports and the NBA agreed to an 8-year distribution deal to provide data and live match video to betting operators. The deal kicks off from 2023 and 2024 season and covers the NBA, the WNBA, and the NBA G League. As part of the deal, the NBA will get a 3% stake in Sports at the end of the 8 years. Sportsradar has also agreement in place with the NHL, placing it in partnership with two of the biggest leagues in the entire world. Now, he didn't make a ton of money off this one, but it's just an example of how he's got a hand in just about everything and deserves an honorable mention. In 2018, he joined fellow NBA Hall of Famer Magic Johnson in investing in a company called Axiomatic, which is the parent company to the esports squad Team Liquid, which plays in games like League of Legends, Fortnite, StarCraft, and others at a professional level for cash prizes. Well, thank you for watching another video. If you have other topics or ideas that you want me to cover, I'll put my contact information at the end of this video. For example, is there another famous celebrity or athlete you wanted me to analyze how they did on or off the field? Also, please remember that if you do appreciate the content that I've been creating, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as it really does help out the channel. Until next time, please stay safe out there, you guys. Bye for now.